Well, thank you. I want to give you an introduction to LearningRx, both on the history and the methodology that we use in LearningRx. The history starts back when I was in first grade. At that point, I had skipped a grade. Well, I skipped kindergarten. They had given me some testing, and they thought, well, you could skip, and I was the youngest child in my class. However, I did have problems. I didn't have problems in math and a lot of the other subjects like art and gym. I was pretty good at that. But when it came to reading, I had a struggle. And the struggle lasted all the way through my elementary grades, into my junior high, into my senior high school. Not only did I have problems reading, but I had problems spelling, and because I couldn't spell well, I hated writing. Now, a problem came about when I wanted to become an attorney. That was sort of my choice. I loved Perry Mason and television, and that was my goal, to become an attorney. Then a friend of my father's told me that attorneys read a whole lot, they write a whole lot, and they have to be good spellers. That ended that. Instead, I chose to go into optometry. And as I got into that subject matter, the thing that I enjoyed most of all was pediatric optometry, working with kids, helping kids overcome struggles like I had. And so my goal in optometry was when I graduated, I would go into a practice devoted to children and help kids with particularly reading problems, because I thought I could do that as an optometrist. Well, what I learned as an optometrist was that only 5% of those that had learning problems had a visual problem. In other words, 1 out of 20 learning problems were related to the inability to see properly, even to process what you see very well. And that was a little disappointing. In fact, if you look at those that wear glasses because they're nearsighted, they can't see the board very well. In fact, there's a negative correlation. If you wear glasses because you can't see the board well and you're nearsighted, you're more likely to be a better student. Well, that was a little disappointing. And so as I got into my practice, I started getting more interested in how one processes information. Well, about this time I had daughter number 1 born. Her name was Kim, and she became my first experimental subject. And I remember